All right, so we're on page 62. We're doing some extra practice for converting units of measurement. The first question asks, if someone ran a 100-yard dash, how many meters did he run? So we need to convert yards to meters. So we're going to set this up like we did in the lecture with unit converters as fractions. So we're starting with 100 yards. All right, we're going to multiply times the conversion that gets rid of the yards and leaves meters. And again, you guys can flip back to page 58 to find that conversion if you want. It's always best if you could get a 1 here on the bottom, because that's going to leave you with just multiplication across the top, which is easier than division. I don't see one that has a 1 yard on the bottom, so we're going to have to use something else. We're going to have to use 1 meter equals 1.094 yards. The yards cancel. 100 times 1 on the top, 1 times 1.094 on the bottom with meters. And you're going to need to do this decimal division. When you divide this out, here, 100 divided by 1.094, you should get 91.41, rounded to 2 decimal places. Okay, no calculators. Do that division by hand. You can use a calculator to check. All right, if I filled a bathtub with 15 gallons, how many liters did I fill? So again, we're trying to convert gallons to liters. So we're going to start with 15 gallons. We're going to multiply it times something with gallons on the bottom, liters left on the top. Always great if we could have a 1 down here. So 1 gallon is how many liters? And the conversion says 3.785. So if we just multiply across the top like there, we're going to have 15 times 3.785. And of course there'll be 1s on the bottom. The gallons cancel and we're left with liters. So this multiplication is much easier than the division in the question above. It's just 15 times 3.785. Might take you a few minutes. You can use your calculator to check, but you should try it by hand. Rounded to 2 decimal places, 56.78 liters. Number 3. If a pet weighed 3.5 kilograms, how many pounds does it weigh? So converting kilograms to pounds. 3.5 kilograms. All right, we want to get rid of kilograms. We want to be left with pounds. Do we have a conversion for 1 kilogram? Yes, we do. 1 kilogram equals 2.205 pounds. Kilograms cancel. And we're just going to multiply across the top now because the bottom will be 1 times 1. So 3.5 times 2.205. And the units will be pounds. You can multiply that out. You should get, rounded to 2 decimals, 7.72 pounds. Number 4, if the temperature was 80 degrees Fahrenheit, what would the temperature be in Celsius? All right, so again, when you're converting Fahrenheit and Celsius, you can't use the unit multiplier fractions. You have to use the actual conversion formula. And for this one, we're looking for Celsius. So we want to use the one that says C equals. And that formula says C equals 5/9 Fahrenheit minus 32. The parentheses are important because we have to follow order of operations. So the Fahrenheit temperature will go in here, and that's 80. So we'll substitute an 80 in there. So it'll be 5/9 times 80 minus 32. And that subtraction, 80 minus 32, gives you 48. So you're multiplying 5/9 times 48, which you could write as 48 over 1. That multiplication will give you 240 over 9, but of course we express temperature as a decimal, so you're going to want to change that to decimal by doing some division here. 240 divided by 9, 26.67 when I round it to 2 decimal places, and that's degrees Celsius.